Imagine a city car that understands you, not the flashy kind that demands attention, but the practical partner that quietly makes life easier. Parking in tight spots, slipping into that last open space at the mall, sipping fuel while taking you farther than you expected. That's the promise of the 2026 Honda HR-V, a compact SUV that chooses refinement over bravado, comfort over flash, and everyday usefulness over headline-grabbing numbers. Welcome to Car Updater. If you like my video, then please like, comment, and subscribe the channel. Let's spend the next half hour walking every inch of it. Why it feels so comfortable, where it compromises, who should seriously consider one, and whether it finally gives Honda's smallest SUV the personality it's been lacking. By the end, you'll know whether the HR-V is the right daily driver for your life. We begin with the approach. The 2026 HR-V stands between the city and the weekend. Compact enough to fit into tight urban rhythms, yet confident enough for longer trips. At a glance, the HR-V borrows cues from its larger sibling, the CR-V, but in tighter, cleaner proportions. It's not trying to shout. Instead, it uses subtle angles, sculpted shoulders, and a compact stance to suggest capability. Up close, the Sport trim gives you 18-inch black alloy wheels that add visual bite without being overbearing. Gloss black badging at the rear on Sport models is the sort of detail that helps it feel purposeful. New paint options, including Boost Blue Pearl and a solar reflection metallic, keep the palette modern without being trendy. Why this matters? Buyers in this segment want something that looks fresh for a few years without feeling like yesterday's fad. Honda's approach here is tasteful, not theatrical. Open the door and the HR-V greets you like an edited, familiar version of the Civic's cabin. Clean lines, logically placed controls, and a feeling that everything is where it should be. Soft touch plastics on entry surfaces, a well-shaped steering wheel, and comfortable seat bolsters make first impressions matter. The XL trim adds subtle niceties, illuminated climate control knobs, and soft footwell lighting that elevate the sense of calm without pushing into luxury car territory. The layout is simple and intentional. A 9-inch touchscreen sits high on the dash, angled toward the driver for easier glances. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Finally, untethering phones from cables is a small relief that becomes huge on every trip. The wireless charging pad is another small convenience that becomes a habit. Place your phone on the pad and know it will be ready when you arrive. Audio. The Sport 6 speaker system is serviceable and clean. It won't rattle your fillings, but it will deliver podcasts, voiceovers, and playlists with clarity that suits this vehicle's character. Practical note. Rear privacy glass on base LX models and the fold-flat rear seats dramatically increase utility. Honda quotes carry-on suitcase counts for a reason. It's an intuitive way to translate cubic feet to real life. You can carry 7 carry-on pieces behind the rear seats and up to 22 with the seats folded. That's a practical metric for weekend trips, grocery runs, or moving small boxes. Spend time with the 9-inch touchscreen and you'll notice Honda's modern restraint. The interface is readable, the menu structure isn't aggressive, and the voice command system is functional. Wireless CarPlay/Android Auto means you can access your music, maps, and messages in familiar apps, which is the modern owner's expectation. Where Honda shines is in physical controls. Climate knobs, physical volume, and intuitive buttons for things you touch most are still present. The illuminated climate knobs on the XL feel premium in a way that matters at 6 a.m. on a cold morning. On the downside, some rivals offer larger, more fluid displays or richer sound systems as options. If you're a tech-first buyer who wants a full digital cockpit or a 12-speaker premium sound system, cross-shopping the segment is wise. But for most buyers, the HR-V strikes a practical, low-friction balance between modern features and simplicity. Under the hood sits a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter, 4-cylinder link to a continuously variable transmission. Power output: 158 horsepower, enough for confident merging and daily driving, not enough to thrill the enthusiast. Honda quotes a 0-60 miles per hour time around 9.4 seconds. That number puts the HR-V in the useful but not sporty category. The emphasis is clearly on smoothness and longevity rather than raw performance. Fuel economy is one of the HR-V's strongest selling points. Front-wheel drive models return roughly 26 mpg city and 32 mpg highway. Add the optional all-wheel drive system and those estimates dip slightly to about 25 city/30 highway. These figures are excellent for many buyers who prioritize efficiency but still want SUV practicality. Real-world driving note: the CVT is tuned to be unobtrusive. Under moderate throttle, it keeps RPMs low and the transition from stop to highway speed smooth. If you pin the throttle, the engine will climb the revs and the CVT will hold a higher ratio. But it's never dramatic. That's a design choice. Refinement first. On urban streets, the HR-V's compact footprint shines. It's easy to place in a parking space, and visibility from the driver's seat is good. The windshield is tall, sight lines are friendly, and the mirrors are well positioned. The steering is precise enough for confident lane changes and parking maneuvers. It's not weighty, and that helps in the city. Ride comfort. Honda tunes the suspension to favor composure. Potholes are scrubbed cleanly. Speed humps are absorbed without the cabin feeling jarring, and long highway miles become less taxing. There's a noticeable quietness in the cabin for this class. Wind noise is controlled, and the engine at cruising speeds is relaxed. If you value a serene commute, the HR-V is built for it. Handling. Don't expect Mazda-level engagement. The HR-V corners with composure and minimal body roll, but it's not a car to carve canyon roads. Instead, its strengths are predictable behavior, balanced weight transfer, and confidence when driving in less than perfect surfaces. All-wheel drive. The $1,500 AWD option meaningfully improves traction in rain or snow. It's not a hardcore off-road system, but for buyers in seasonal climates, the ones who value sure-footedness on wet streets or slushy roads, it's a prudent upgrade. Honda has long been methodical about safety. The HR-V arrives with a strong set of driver assistance features: Honda's Safety Suite, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, and blind spot monitoring available on higher trims. These systems are tuned to be cooperative rather than intrusive. The adaptive cruise control maintains a natural following distance, and lane keeping nudges the steering gently rather than grabbing it. If safety tech and confidence-building driver aids matter to you, the HR-V checks the modern boxes. They're the systems that matter for daily commuting, long drives, and city traffic. For families or commuters, these features deliver real relief after a long week behind the wheel. Honda's trim structure is designed to capture mainstream taste. The LX covers the essentials with a value orientation, but adds welcome details like rear privacy glass. The Sport trim is the crowd favorite. It strikes the best balance of aesthetics and equipment, offering heated front seats, a 6-speaker sound system, remote start, keyless entry, and the 18-inch black alloy wheels that give it a sportier look. At the top, the XL trims introduce those more refined interior touches: illuminated knobs, soft footwell lighting, and nicer finishers that make the cabin feel more composed. Pricing spans roughly $27,595 at the entry level to about $31,445 for a fuller spec. An aggressive and competitive band for the segment. Who gets the Sport? People who want a touch of style without sacrificing value. Who gets the XL? Buyers who want refinement and those extra small luxuries for a calmer interior experience. If you're cross-shopping, the HR-V's rational competitors include the Mazda CX-30 and the Hyundai Kona. The Mazda prefers driving dynamics and a more premium interior, while the Kona offers peppier turbo options and bold styling. The HR-V strength is in the middle. It's quieter than many rivals, more fuel-efficient than several, and offers Honda's reliability reputation. If you want sportiness and a firmer, dynamic ride, head toward the Mazda. If you want standard turbo pep and daring looks, consider Hyundai. If you want a comfortable, efficient, and practical compact SUV that won't surprise you with expensive maintenance bills, the HR-V is a very compelling choice. Honda ownership traditionally brings predictable maintenance costs and stable resale values. The HR-V is engineered with a conservative, durable powertrain, no turbocharged components that might be more expensive to repair in the long run. Insurance, parts, and routine service for Hondas are historically favorable compared to some European rivals. Resale. Compact Hondas hold value better than many others. If you plan to keep a car for 3 to 5 years and then trade it in, you'll likely find reasonable trade-in numbers because of Honda's brand strength in this segment. Optional AWD is priced at about $1,500, not a small ad, but an acceptable one for many who need extra confidence in poor weather. If you rarely encounter snow or slick roads, skip a WD and keep the best gas mileage. Morning commute. The HRV's quiet cabin, comfortable seats, and good visibility mean you arrive less frazzled. The wireless CarPlay keeps your navigation apps at your fingertips. The heated seats on Sport provide quick comfort on cold mornings. Grocery run and errands. The fold flat seats make transporting a week's worth of groceries or larger items straightforward. The compact footprint makes parking at a crowded shopping center painless. Weekend getaway. Pack a few carry-on bags and a cooler with the rear seats folded, and the HRV becomes competent for short road trips. Not a full-on family wagon, but very capable for a couple or small family. Rideshare or family shuttle. The cabin's quiet and the predictable, comfortable suspension suits passengers. Shorter trips, school runs, and errands are the HRV's bread and butter. A car review is not just numbers, it's sensations. The HRV gives you a small comfort. The ride's rhythm is calm, the engine does not beg for attention, and the interior layout minimizes friction in everyday use. That invisible reliability is what owners will likely talk about after months with the car. The small, dependable conveniences that make life easier. The HRV isn't meant to make you feel like a race driver. It's meant to make you feel competent in life's small motions. Dropping kids at school, making a grocery loop, getting out of the city for a quiet Saturday. Performance enthusiasts will find the 158 HP in CVT uninspiring. If you crave acceleration and engagement, the HRV is not for you. Tech lovers might miss larger displays or an available premium audio package with stronger punch. If you need maximum cargo volume for long family vacations with gear, a larger compact SUV like the CR-V or a mid-size crossover will be more suitable. These are not deal breakers for many buyers. They are trade-offs. Honda chose refinement, efficiency, and practicality over thrills and high-gloss tech theatrics. With the entry price near $27,595 and the top configurations just over $31,000, Honda positions the HR-V to compete on value. The sport trim is the sweet spot. Select it if you want that combination of practical features and visual appeal without overspending. If you live where weather is unpredictable, budget the $1,500 for AWD. It's a small price for peace of mind. If you're trying to save, the LX covers essentials and still provides many of the HR-V strengths. The efficient engine, the family-friendly ergonomics, and Honda's reputation for dependability. Negotiation tip: look for dealer incentives at month's end and be mindful that colors and accessories keep their resale appeal differently. Neutral or tasteful colors like the solar reflection metallic often age better for resale. Buyers who will love the HR-V. Urban and suburban drivers who value a compact footprint with SUV practicality. Buyers who prioritize fuel efficiency, a quiet cabin, and comfortable daily driving. Small families and couples who need a versatile cargo area without stepping up to a larger vehicle. Value-minded purchasers who want modern tech without paying premium luxury prices. Buyers who should look elsewhere. Driving enthusiasts who want sharp handling and faster acceleration. Tech-first buyers demanding the most advanced digital infotainment and a premium audio experience. Large families or those requiring maximal cargo space on a frequent basis. The 2026 Honda HR-V is not the most exciting compact SUV in the segment, and it does not pretend to be. What it offers is an uncompromising focus on the things most buyers actually use every day. Thoughtful ergonomics, efficient powertrains, a quiet cabin, practical cargo flexibility, and a sensible list of standard tech. For many, that adds up to a vehicle that earns its keep through reliability and usable features rather than theatrical flair. If your life is the sum of errands, commutes, weekend escapes, and predictable expectations, the HR-V is the kind of car that fits without fuss. It's an intelligent tool for modern life, conservative in power, liberal in comfort. Price range: roughly $27,595 to $31,445. English auto-generated. 2026. Engine: 2.0L 4-cylinder, 158 HP. CVT. 0 to 69.4s. English auto-generated. 2026. MPG. FWD 26 City/32 Highway, AWD 25 City/30 Highway. English auto-generated, 2026. Best trim. Sport, best value heated seats, 6-speaker system, 18-inch black alloys. English auto-generated, 2026. Who should buy? Urban/suburban buyers who want efficiency, refinement, and practicality. So, is the 2026 HR-V worth your attention? If you want a compact SUV that quietly improves daily life, saves you fuel, and gives you a calm, intelligent interior to spend your miles in, yes, it absolutely deserves a test drive. If you need fireworks and radical performance, you'll want to look elsewhere. But for many drivers, the HR-V gets the important things right. Thank you for watching. If this review helped you narrow things down, do us a favor, hit that like button. Leave a comment below with what you'd like to see next: longer highway test, towing, or a deep dive interior tour. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss future car updates. If you like my video, then please like, comment, and subscribe the channel.